Hey there guys, today I'll be taking a brief look at all the Walt Disney World resorts in Orlando, Florida. If you're interested in content about all the Disney parks around the world, then consider subscribing to Disney Parks Addict for exciting future reviews, tier lists, and much more.
So I'm just going to go through the list alphabetically. Let's start off with the All-Star Resorts. The All-Star Resorts encompasses 3 different resorts. The Music and Sports Resorts were completed in 1994, and the Movies Resort was added in 1999. These value resorts are great for families with young children as it features many Disney character statues and a bright color palette. They came out as the cheapest of all the Disney resorts at $166 a night, which is great value for staying on property. Similar to the other value resorts, there are limited dining options and amenities. As for location, it is a little bit out of the way, but it only takes 20 to 25 minutes to all the Disney parks via the Disney buses. Personally, I prefer the theming at the Movies Resort as it has a little bit more of that Disney magic. Next up, we have one of my favorite resorts, Animal Kingdom Lodge. This deluxe resort has some of the best theming that Disney has to offer, and is based off of an African wildlife preserve, which gives guests the amazing savanna view from the comfort of their own rooms. With an impressive lobby area, swimming pools, and activities, there is so much to do and take in at this resort. The dining options don't disappoint as well, and offers authentic African, Indian, and European cuisine, with Sanaa being my favorite. It also came out as one of the cheapest of all the deluxe resorts, which makes it perfect for small families, but is great for guests of any age. This resort is great to get to Animal Kingdom, but can take a little longer to get to the other Disney parks. Moving on to another value resort, Art of Animation was added in 2012
and is the second newest resort on property.
Offering rooms and suites in 4 heavily themed areas, this is another great resort for young families. It has the largest pool of any of the Disney resorts, as well as standard Disney amenities like an arcade and movies under the stars. It is the most expensive value resort, but with the addition of Disney Skyliner, it will make getting to the parks much easier and faster. Now time for another deluxe resort, Disney's Beach Club. This resort has a great location, giving perfect views of Disney's Boardwalk, and is within walking distance of Epcot and Hollywood Studios. It shares amenities with its sister hotel, Yacht Club, including Stormalong Bay, a 3-acre pool complex featuring a full-size shipwreck, water slide, and lazy river. It also has okay dining options, including Cape May Cafe, a character dining restaurant. I'm not a big fan of the 19th century beach resort theming of both the beach and the yacht club, and for a deluxe resort, I think it has some of the weakest dining locations on property. Straight across the Crescent Lake from the Beach Club Resort is Disney's Boardwalk Inn. It features an authentic boardwalk reminiscent of Coney Island with many restaurants, bars, and shops. Also, with the close proximity of Epcot's World Showcase, this gives guests a complete variety of dining options. It has great facilities, including one of the best pool areas, fishing, and campfire activities, just to name a few. At $615 a night, it can be costly to stay at this deluxe resort, but with the easy access to the parks and great amenities, on to our first moderate hotel, Caribbean Beach Resort. This is where I completed my Disney college program over 10 years ago, and although it has changed a lot over the years, it still has that fun and upbeat Caribbean vibe. This huge resort will also be linked up to the Disney Skyliner for convenient access to Epcot and Hollywood Studios. It has recently had a renovation to its main hub area with the inclusion of a new restaurant, Sebastian's Bistro, which has been getting great reviews from guests and Disney veterans. It has many pools throughout the resort, as well as pirate-themed cruises for children to enjoy. At $269 a night, it is over half the price of most of the deluxe resorts, which makes it a great choice for families on a budget. Opening in 1971 alongside Magic Kingdom, the Contemporary Resort is a deluxe resort located within walking distance to Magic Kingdom. offering spectacular views of the castle or the Seven Seas Lagoon. It has been continually updated throughout the years, keeping its modern feel. It has a monorail running through the hotel, which is always an awesome sight to see. The Contemporary has 10 dining options, including its signature restaurant, California Grill. Being so close to the Magic Kingdom, it can take some time to get to the other parks, especially Animal Kingdom. And as this is the most expensive hotel on property at $808 a night, another moderate resort up next, which is Coronado Springs. I stayed here last year with my family and really enjoyed the Mexican-American Southwest theming. Since last year, they have added the Grand Destino Tower and extra dining options, including the Three Bridges Bar and Grill, which is located over the lake. The main pool area is great, and it's the only moderate resort with a spa and fitness center. As the cheapest of all the moderate resorts, I think it's great for families with older children or two couples that wish to split the cost. Next up is something a little unique, and that is Fort Wilderness Resort and Campground, which offers cabins and areas for people to set up tents or hook up their RVs. The resort hosts a dinner show, the Hoop-de-Doo musical review, a buffet called Trails End, and an RV-themed food truck are among the resort's other dining options. As for recreation, this resort has it all. Fishing, horseback riding, kayaking, canoeing, and archery are just some of the activities that you can take part in. It is the most expensive moderate resort, with cabins costing more than $470 a night, but they can sleep up to 6. And although it's close to the Magic Kingdom, it can take up to 40 minutes to reach the other Disney parks. So Disney's Grand Floridian Resort and Spa is a Victorian-themed luxury hotel and spa located opposite the Magic Kingdom across the Seven Seas Lagoon. It's known as the Walt Disney World's flagship hotel, and for good reason, boasting over 10 dining locations, including the most expensive restaurant on property, Victoria and Albert's, various recreation facilities, including boat rentals, amazing swimming pools, and of course the spa. With all that being said, whenever I visit this hotel, I always feel out of place and a little uncomfortable being around such elegance. And with a price tag of over $760 a night, it's a hotel I'm very unlikely to be staying at in the future. Next up is the Disney Vacation Club Resort, Old Key West. This was the first DVC resort, opening in 1991, and offers rooms with kitchen and laundry facilities. As it is a DVC resort, it doesn't have a lot of dining options, but Olivia's famous chicken is certainly a treat. It is a big resort, so you could end up doing a lot of walking, and I feel the theming is a little lackluster compared to some of the other resorts. If you like Adventureland, you will love this next resort, Disney's Polynesian Village Resort. As one of the only 2 opening day on-site resorts, the Polynesian still holds up as one of Disney's best resorts, and without a doubt a guest favorite. The resort is based on a South Seas theme and features traditional architecture and numerous cultural references to the South Pacific Islands. It offers great dining options like Ohana's and Captain Cook's, and it even has its own tiki bar. As well as being my favorite of all the 3 monorail resorts, it also comes out cheaper than the Contemporary and the Grand Floridian, at $685 a night. On to our last value resort, Disney's Pop Century Resort. Opening in 2003, this resort is themed to the 20th century American pop culture, with giant Disney-themed and other nostalgic items displayed throughout the resort. Although the rooms have recently been renovated, I think this is one resort that looks a little dated, similar to the All-Star resorts. It should be in a lower tier, but with the inclusion of the Disney Skyliner, it will become easier to get to some of the parks. Now on to the last 2 moderate hotels at Disney's Port Orleans Resort. French Quarter has a New Orleans theme, while the Riverside has an Old South theme. I feel that as Coronado Springs and Caribbean Beach have had recent added improvements, either through the Grand Destino Tower and new restaurants, or the Disney Skyliner, the Port Orleans resorts have been lowered in my moderate resort ranking. They are both still more expensive than the other moderates at $288 a night, and I believe could be improved upon in the future. I prefer the theming at the French Quarter with the cobblestone streets, gas lamps, and wrought iron balconies.
Next up is the brand new Deluxe Riviera Resort, added in December 2019. It was inspired from Walt and Lillian Disney's European travels. The architecture, decoration, and dining are all based around the Mediterranean style. It is located close to Epcot and Hollywood Studios, and it has the advantage of having its own Skyliner station for extra convenience. As a deluxe resort, nightly rates start from around $400 all the way up to $4,000 for the executive suites, so I doubt I'll be staying here anytime soon.
On to the biggest DVC resort, Saratoga Springs Resort and Spa. This was of course inspired by the upstate New York City of Saratoga Springs, with its theme of Victorian-style buildings and love of horse racing. I was lucky enough to stay here a few years ago, and even though it is a large resort, it has a very relaxing vibe and is great for larger families. It hasn't got many dining options, but with walking distance to Disney Springs, this isn't too much of a problem. It is also the cheapest of all the deluxe Disney resorts at just $488 a night. I don't think it has the best theming for a Disney resort by any means, and you can definitely tell it's a DVC resort. So our second to last resort is Disney's Wilderness Lodge, a rustic majesty of America's Great Northwest. Inspired by turn-of-the-century national park lodges, Disney's Wilderness Lodge celebrates American craftsmanship and honors the beauty of the untamed wilderness. Opening in 1994, and with the same architect as the Animal Kingdom Lodge, it has a really impressive lobby area with authentic totem poles and a huge fireplace. The Whispering Canyon Cafe is such great fun with their bottomless platters served with attitude. And with an artificial geyser and hot springs on the resort grounds, this is such a stunning resort. The price is on the lower end of the deluxe resorts at around $510 a night. Finally, on to the last resort, Disney's Yacht Club Resort. Very similar to Beach Club, its sister resort, except it's Yacht Club style theming. You already know my take on these resorts: good location, pretty good food, but I'm just not a fan of the theming, and at nearly $100 more than the Beach Club at $699 a night.
So that concludes our brief look at all the resorts at Walt Disney World. Here are the room rates for all the hotels for you to compare. The value resorts are highlighted in yellow, the moderates in blue, and the deluxe resorts are in pink. Let me know in a comment down below which your favorite and least favorite resorts are, and be sure to check out my tier list videos for all the attractions in the different Disney parks, as well as all the hotels featured in this video. And if you would like to help this channel out, a like and subscribe would truly mean a lot. Thanks for watching.